What's up, everybody? We're back for another episode of Donzel's Motivation Mondays. So recently, I got rid of my car that I've had for 12 years. It was a sad day. I can remember I purchased this car when I was 19 years old. So I'm now 31. So this car has been with me for a very long time. I remember in 2008 when I purchased it for $5,000 cash. I remember when I was working at, Olive Garden making about $9 an hour and working at Timbers Bar and Grill making like $8.25, and I was saving all my money for this purchase. And this car has been with me through that from, Saginaw to when I went off to college, all through college to when I got my big corporate job in Minnesota. I drove it out here and I've literally had it ever since. I even met my beautiful, amazing wife, with this car. It didn't take something, exterior to impress her. I guess I was enough. But just to show you that I've had this car for a while. And I remember throughout this whole process, these 12 years I've had this car, everybody has always said, man, you still drive that car? Or when are you going to get a new car? Or how long are you driving that? You're making all this money now. Why don't you get you something new? And as I got older throughout this process, my circle grew. My network grew, and I still would, pull up to work, pull up to my speaking engagements in my 2000 yellow Pontiac Grand Am with the rust spots and the busted, headlight. Because I never let what other people say, sway me or change what I thought, And I remember when I first got my job, a lot of people, as soon as they got their big job, they're purchasing cars and they're getting these new cars. And it would have been cool to buy a new car, but that wasn't important to me. You see, I was like, do I want to have a car payment or do I want to travel the world? And I had to make that decision. And because I never had a car payment, I was able to do that. I was able to spend my funds on what was important to me. This allowed me to go to Dubai, to Thailand, to Jamaica, to Mexico, to Seychelles, to Bermuda, Barbados. Like, I've been so many different places because I was able to spend my funds on what was important to me. You see, a car was to get me from point A to point B, which mine did. So that allowed me to do the things that I wanted. And now that I just recently had my daughter, now she is the most important thing to me. And that's why I got rid of my car, because now her safety is important to me. And so I wanted to get something where she can ride in that is safe and reliable. You see, I want you guys to never let what other people say or do persuade you. You have to do what's best for you. In these 2 years, I was able to travel to more places than people would do in a lifetime. Because that was important to me. And I never let what other people said or did around me change my perspective. I knew who I was comfortable with me, and I was comfortable with driving my car. Had I purchased a car a few years back, I would have been doing that for other people. And that wouldn't have been what was important to me. That wouldn't have been for me. So what I want you guys to do is understand what's important to you and do that. Forget about the rest. Forget about what other people say. Forget about what other people do. I promise you that it's all going to come together. I love y'all. Peace.